there is a rather high probability that in your very near future, events will occur that will make our topic for today very relevant, even though it may not seem so at this moment. We wish to discuss in a bit more depth something that we have mentioned more than once in past messages, but have never devoted an entire message to. We are speaking to a large number of people around the world. Many of you have been following our messages for quite some time. But it is also the case that many of you have been placed in areas where you are seemingly alone, or where there may be very few of you whom those who are awakening would term light workers. The reason for that may soon become much more apparent. You have spent varying lengths of time bringing into your own awareness spiritually based information and what you think of as ancient knowledge. We see this as ever unchanging truth, capital T. You have not been taught so much as you have been helped to remember. And you do have a reason for being where you are. We have spoken before about impending change. We have spoken before about the fact that a great deal of the impending changes have been happening for some time in small increments and widely spaced locations. It has not been so very evident to those who were not looking for it. We also mentioned that it would have a snowball effect. The amount and type of change is about to make a rather radical shift. So much, so important, and so impactful will be the changes that emerge very soon, that no one anywhere will escape being affected. There are millions of you who will know what is happening and why. But there are billions of others who will be completely taken by surprise. Now that should make it rather obvious why you are where you are. And we can skip speaking of the obvious. But there is more than placement to be considered. Almost all of you have been at this long enough now for you to have experienced definite shifts in your inner selves. Sometimes you amaze yourselves with your reactions to things. We see you wondering as you find yourselves saying things or doing things that you always wanted to say or do, but always felt lacking when you did not do or say them. Inside, we hear you saying to yourselves, "Wow, was that me?" But still, you have not completed your inner evolutions yet, and there are large numbers of you who are fairly new to this journey. For these reasons, we feel it necessary to pass on a word of caution at this time. Please, when numbers of those around you begin to ask about things that they never would even listen to before, be very careful how you respond. Please realize that you speak a language of tone, of body language, of feeling, that everyone reads, whether they know it or not. And don't allow yourself any part of "I know, I tried to tell you." Neither, "I told you so." Understand that answering questions that are asked is enough, and be careful not to fall into teaching mode. Advice that is not asked for is seldom received well. Now, if you feel that you can offer instruction about something that others may opt to come to you for, that is another matter, and we say good for you. If you do that, be sure you are quite prepared. You will be sought out. It is time to begin giving these things some serious thought. Not all of you are there for this purpose. But the largest number of you are. You will know if that includes you by how the thought of how it makes you feel. Do not feel it is necessary for you to set about doing what does not feel right for you. As always, we say that you will always know what is right for you by how you feel about it. Of course, that does not mean that those things cannot change as you change and grow. It is enough that we have brought this topic to your attention. We thank you, and as always send our love and blessings. Channeled by Ron Head.